the bottom line is I sell spaceships.
Oh, yeah, this is episode number 86. You know what show it is?
It's Unrelenting.
That's right.
Unrelenting.
The one and only Unrelenting show back. The rumors of her demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
I'm having a lot of birthdays. People all over the internet, they buy anything you tell them. I'm like, this seems like an episode of MASH. We need to raise everybody's morale. What should we have? A birthday party.
We'll be announcing your mother's maiden name on the next episode.
Yes. And my social security, you can just do the social security number today and get all the rest of it right out of the, with no need for the rest. How was your trip to Mexico? They let you back out, I guess.
They did.
Did they ask you to leave?
They barely left me. So I got a story on the leaving Mexico. It's actually kind of interesting, both leaving and coming into the U.S. So there I am sitting right in the handicapped spot, right next to the entrance to the boarding area because I didn't want to, sit further away. And so finally they call up the executive premier traveler. So I get up, walk up, guy nods me in. I walk in, flash my phone. I'm the first guy coming onto the plane, and then right as about to walk into the sky bridge, this about 4'1" Mexican TSA equivalent woman flags me over. It says, "Can you take out all the electronics from your bag?"
You're like, you have no idea how many electronics I have.
And I'm like, this is going to take a while, and I'm first in line. I don't really want to not be first in line. I like being first in line. So I start unloading my bag with, the laptop and 20 other electronics things I have in there.
Well, how much
as
what
I'm
did you
watching
really have? I mean,
all these people that were behind me all of a sudden become ahead of me.
And I'm thinking, so you've got laptop, you've at least one phone, if not multiple phones.
Well, you got the Mexico phones, and you got the Europe phones, and you got the Sat phone. I mean, it's just
that may be what set off their radar that they may want to look at you.
No, because I travel all the time. I mean, I never travel these days. I used to travel all the time. It was never an issue. And anyway, and she's not particularly fast, right? I'm like, I'm going to
government agent, of course.
And she's going through, and then she starts swabbing everything for fucking nitrates. It's like, what, do I look like I'm a farmer that I would have nitrates all over my stuff? Come on.
Not a farmer, Gene. You know what you look like with that long beard.
This goddamn suitcase weighs more than her salary. Come on, this is not something that could even have a bomb in it. So
wait, when you get to like Gucci and above, it won't even allow the bombs inside. They're like, no.
No. Bombs like, no, that ain't happening. So they're finally get on the plane after the entirety of first class is full.
Oh,
I'm like, what am I going to put in my fucking bag now? So now, luckily, I was able to squish some other people's bags and fit mine right above me. So
but luckily, everything in your bag had been swabbed for your safety.
I know, for my safety, yes, for somebody's safety. So I finally got in. Had a fairly nondescript flight. No issues, nothing. Just listen to some audiobooks. Then finally get to the airport in Austin. It was direct flight. And then
so this wasn't even the flight out of the country. This was
no, this was a flight from Mexico to Austin.
Oh, so this was out. Okay, this was coming out of Mexico, not going into.
Yeah. No, this is leaving Mexico.
Really?
And then I get swabbed leaving Mexico after TSA. Like, they couldn't swab me during TSA as I'm crossing through. They had to wait until I'm at the fucking gate.
They're like, this seems like a Russian trying to sneak in.
Food that needs to get swabbed or something? Come on.
Maybe.
Did I walk through?
Did you go to the Jamba Juice? Did you pick up maybe a nice
no
sticky bun or something?
No, I went to the Margaritaville.
in honor of the late great Jimmy Buffett.
Because we only talk about dead people on this show. So,
or people about to be dead.
Yeah, or people that are, well, might as well be dead because they will soon. Yes, exactly. So, if land in Austin, first out of the plane, I was like, walking in front of everybody. I don't know why. It's some kind of psychological thing, I guess.
Because you were so mad that you didn't get to be first on the plane.
So I'm like, fuck this. So I got in my secret elevator that nobody knows about. So I was ahead of everybody and going out towards the customs area.
And how many federal agents were waiting for you?
I get to customs. They waved me in without showing my passport. What the fuck, dude?
You've been pre-swabbed.
What? I was swabbed in Mexico and I was waved in the US.
Like, you look like one of us.
Yeah. I mean, it was literally the fastest going through customs I've ever had in my life. It was like, walk up, say the word hi to the guy, hear back, welcome to the United States, sir. And then a hand wave to go on my way out the door.
See, that's usually where they're bending you over, giving you the anal cavity search.
I mean, I don't know about that, but usually they do have a few more questions.
What are your plans in this country, sir?
It was a weird kind of travel experience. Now, on the way to Mexico, as you saw, because I sent some pictures, I did not sit next to a chick that was on TV, but I did sit next to a model. And we chatted the entire time we were heading down to Mexico, and I got her number.
Was it the real number? Have you tried? Were you like, oh, damn?
She replied, yep.
Okay, so you verified.
I texted her. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Are you kidding?
It could be one of those Google Voice numbers. You don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Mine's a Google Voice number. Sure.
Of course. Never give your real number, kids.
Don't have a real number.
Well, you have to have a real number, just never use it.
Just changes all the time, so why would I?
True. The real number changes every other week. The Google Voice one stays the same. That's how the TSA knows who you are.
Exactly. So
now with the TSA, would they phone ahead? Would they let people know on the other side that you were already hassled and swabbed and everything else? Or
it was the weirdest thing. I mean, I'm kind of used to them not bothering to stamp the passport these days, but I'm not used to them not looking at it.
Like, just come right on and say, well, that's how bad it is on our southern border now. They're like, we're not checking anybody else.
I think, look, they're just trying to maintain a certain level of consistency between the southern border and Austin Airport.
Were you tan on your way back at all?
Not really, because I was mostly sitting underneath things like umbrellas and
so they
ceilings.
Would not have mistaken you for somebody from Honduras or someplace like that. They're like, oh, you got to let him in.
No, the only thing I'm usually mistaken for is a guy from the Middle East.
Right. With the last name.
Because I'm wearing a robe usually when I travel. But I don't know. I don't think I look Honduran.
Our government security used to be worried about people that sounded like maybe they were Afghani, Muslim, kind of. But they're not. Now they're like, oh, Russian sounding? Got to swab that guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think the cavity search is coming. But that's the weird thing. It was on the Mexican side. It wasn't on the U.S. side. And this was...
Now, our Mexican TSA, is that their version, or are there United States TSA agents checking people going to the United States?
No, she barely spoke English, dude. This was definitely a Mexican TSA.
So there's like...
I don't know. It could have just been some random chick at the airport just wanted to fuck around with me.
Well, okay. This could be...
Because how do I know?
Right. I'm thinking, what kind of outfit was she wearing? Would you know? Would you know the difference?
She's wearing the same kind of outfit as every other person walking around the airport. Could have been a janitor. Could have been a TSA agent. Who knows?
Somebody was just looking to roll you.
Potentially. I mean, actually, it's a good point. I need to check my cash bag, see how much is in there, because...
Oh, that was just big. So I think it was... Was it in Chicago? There was one of these TSA that there was a roundup of... a few different agents that were working together to rob people going through, which is genius, really, because you've got access to their bags. You can put, if you're good at what you're doing, if you're good at the sleight of hand, and you know where to look for cash or jewelry or whatever in these bags, and you can, I guess you kind of get a hint as it's going through the X-ray machine, reach in, get it very quickly, and then pocket it. Most people aren't going to go through every belonging that quickly.
That's true.
But eventually they got nailed because here's the thing. Most people will then report stuff missing and go, well, what did we all have in common? And it's like TSA line number 3 at O'Hare. Huh. Go figure.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a thing.
Did you enjoy Mexico? Did you get your book written? When will it be published? When can we buy it?
I got it started. I did not get a huge amount of work done down there, unfortunately.
And what was the impetus to the work? Too much fun? The weather was too good?
Weather was pretty good, but it wasn't great. It was very nice and sunny every morning, and then right around 3 p.m. it started getting cloudy.
Oh. I mean, by 3 p.m., people are usually drunken under the table in Mexico, aren't they?
Well, they're in siesta.
Yeah, siesta mode.
Yeah.
You don't need sun for siesta.
It's also the off season, so there's a lot fewer people. Hey, one other bit of info about Mexico that I just kind of realized or noticed is, holy shit, everything's expensive.
Welcome to Mexico or the United States.
Yeah. So,
are they calling it Bidenomics, though? That's the question.
I think so. Because it's actually a good thing for them. Because here's what I checked is I looked at the for an exchange rate chart between the US dollar and the Mexican peso. And if you look at the exchange rate about 5 years ago, it was 25 to 1. So 25 pesos, you give them $1, you get 25 pesos. And you know what it is right now?
Now you would get
15.
Okay, that's about what I would have guessed. Half.
Yeah.
Close to half.
It's more than half, but it's a loss of 10 pesos. So 10 out of 25, or a little over a third of the value. So the US dollar has basically gone down by a third versus the fucking Mexican peso.
Winning.
Somebody's winning. It ain't us.
Well,
it ain't the US.
We understand.
And I love how the Europeans always have to chime in and say, no, but the euro and the dollar exchange rate is about the same. What are you talking about? Yeah, you guys are down too, a lot compared to the rest of the world.
Well, and this is it. What a lot of people miss out on is the way to bring an equaling to the world. Your two choices are to raise up the shithole countries, as Donald Trump called them, or to bring the countries that are succeeding down. And that's what they're doing.
Well, ultimately, it's the same thing. There's no real difference there.
No, it's optics, though.
But the point is that Mexico used to be a cheap vacation spot and a nice vacation spot. I don't want to, make them sound bad, but I've been going to Mexico at least once a year for, 15 years, more than that. In fact, this time around, I stayed in the same hotel that I stayed in. Well, it's not even a hotel, but same place that I stayed in with my ex-wife back when I was married like 15 years ago.
Wow. I mean, so you're in a Mexican safe house? Is that where you are?
No, it's not a safe house. No, it's a resort or whatever. I don't know. But
sure,
it's not
that's
like
what we'll call it.
Hotel.
Resort. Guest of the state.
No. Does a guest of the state get freaking searched at the airport?
Probably.
Right as they're about to board?
Probably.
They were looking for towels.
Yeah.
I bet you.
They're like, we're missing a couple of ashtrays from the Naftuliev suite. Can you take a look for those? See if you find them.
Exactly. So, it was a decent trip. I'm not a good vacationer. I'll tell you that, because if I'm on vacation more than about 5 days, I start getting antsy. I start thinking about shit I want to do at home or work or clients or stuff like that.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. How many days did you go without playing a space-based video game?
5.
See? And you got the shakes, right? You're like, oh, man.
No, I really didn't.
I wonder what's going on with my ship. I hope it's okay.
No, and in fact, when I came back, I didn't even play the spaceship game because the new DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 was sitting there downloaded and waiting for me.
Oh. So you leave, everything's still humping and pumping at home. All of your machines are running. They're downloading. They're doing their thing.
They're downloading stuff all the time, yeah.
Got to use that bandwidth up.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm also VPNing back home from Mexico the whole time.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
That's why it makes it look like you never left the house.
Exactly.
Can you feed your snakes
Lights
by
are
pushing
going
a button?
on and off. You know,
Right.
No, snakes just, they just sleep. You don't need to feed them while you're gone.
But I didn't even know what was going on with space video games for 2 weeks now. I'm like, wow, I wonder what's going on with Starfield and Star Crasher and Star Fucker and Star
Fucker,
whatever these games are called.
Exactly. Starfucker sounds like a great name for a video game.
You're like, no, that's an exit strategy right there.
Oh.
Combine space video games with pornography.
Okay, so in
the light just went on. I could hear
I know,
it.
right? Cha-ching. Yeah, in StarCraft, you actually do have relationships with the NPCs, and if you get along really well, let's say with them, then the flirt option appears, and if you're successful at the flirt stuff and the NPC likes what you're doing, then they'll be interested in having a relationship with you. And if that relationship goes well for a while, well, then they want to have a long-term permanent thing happen. That's known as a waifu to the video gaming crowd there.
And that's what all these guys are hoping for. They're like, I only hope.
I know. It's like, I got to work hard and make sure that this video game chick character really likes me.
I got to get the flirt option to pop up. Come on. One step at a time.
Apparently, I'm not very good at that because it took me well over 100 hours to see that option.
You're not properly trained yet.
And I think most of the people are supposed to get it within a few hours of playing. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't care if she doesn't like that I shoot gays in the face. So what? It's not my problem.
Hey, why not? That's reality. It's gritty.
It is kind of reality. So you just have to keep doing what you're doing until you run across somebody that doesn't mind so much what you're doing and is willing to say, yeah, you can live in the basement.
Which is what all guys are really hoping for today.
Pretty much.
I need a chick that'll let me live in her basement. That's
precisely
high praise right there.
Yeah. So that's my weekend update or week update.
The Mexico report.
The Mexico report.
Gene was swabbed coming out of Mexico.
I know, right? It was weird.
Because usually it does not happen at that point.
Not at the gate. I've never been swabbed at the gate.
Like somebody shows up and they're like, maybe they were just going to pick the first person that was getting on the plane no matter what.
That could be.
You're over anxious to get out of this place. So,
yeah, I was just mentally thinking, if not saying, so long, suckers. And then it's like, oh, excuse me, sir. Do you mind stepping over here?
And when there's the language barrier, that's even more fun.
Yes. That's adds a certain layer of what the fuckness to it.
When you're trying to explain what all those electronic gadgets are.
Mm-hmm. That's not a vibrator. That's a microphone.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
That's the one Adam always mentions.
The microphone described that is undercover as a vibrator. Disguised right there.
Hello. Mm-hmm.
See, now there are women everywhere that are like, can I just get a RE320 shell to put around?
Those 320s, I prefer those over the SMB size ones.
Yeah, much better size.
Much longer, better microphone.
And if you could just have that shell to go around your toy, that way it looks like a microphone. You look like a podcaster.
I think you just got a cool idea for a product.
The
hide your vibrator in a microphone case.
Yeah, which, is perfect not only for traveling, but also for those sneaky and pesky neighbors that come over and look at your stuff.
Because really, the insides of a microphone would look about the same as the insides of a vibrator. There's big magnets in both of them.
Probably about the same size, same weight.
Mm-hmm.
This is a genius opportunity right here.
Kind of, yeah.
You already have the Amazon store all set up to go?
I do. That's true. Maybe I should pivot.
What do we call it? Like, hide your vibe. It's the...
Oh, God. That's too funny.
These are the kind of things that make people rich.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you would think of. These ideas.
It about is the last thing. Exactly.
That just pop out of nowhere.
Your vibrator.
Like, ladies,
Now,
you need
you
to
could
hide
also
that
go
toy.
the opposite direction and make vibrator-looking cases for microphones.
Ooh. For people
And
that are
they're
really
kind of a
embarrassed
gag
to be
gift.
podcasters.
Kind of a gag gift for podcasters. Like, hey, when you travel, make sure you hide your microphone inside one of our cases. It'll be great.
Comes with a free bottle of Super Lube.
Exactly.
Everything you need right here in one simple kit.
I just got a text message. My food driver is going to be here soon.
Uh-oh. Gene is getting food.
Oh, my God. Yeah. It was supposed to be here now. To be fair, it was supposed to be here before we started. They're running a little late, apparently.
Oh, well, in Austin, that'll happen. Ned is very surprised that Unrelenting is still a show.
So am I.
Well, it will always be a show.
Because I thought Darren took it off the air and said, screw it. It's my birthday. I'm not doing it anymore.
My birthday. It's my anniversary. No, it was Ben Rose's anniversary and his birthday.
Yes, that's why you had to take the show off. And he was willing to do the show. That makes perfect sense.
And then I told him it was at 9 a.m. And
yeah, he didn't like that. No, you lied to him. You made it sound like it's too early. He's like, yeah, no.
It's early in the morning. But that's okay. I was a little under the weather anyway.
I know,
for the
you
last
didn't want
week
to do
and a
it.
half.
I get it.
Well, here's the thing. I realized after the problem became immense, which for me is, it felt like somebody was sticking an ice pack in my ear. I was like, well, maybe I should go and I need him to go check that tooth, because I was assuming the tooth was just going to where I needed the root canal.
Yeah.
And he does the x-rays and he's like, no, looks okay. But he gave me amoxicillin.
Okay, to clear up any kind of bacterial infections. That's sure, makes sense.
And sure enough, within about 48 hours, that was going away. Within about 72 hours, my whole mouth was sore.
Okay.
And and believe it or not, now the sensitivity to cold that the one tooth has had for the last year
is
gone.
Holy shit.
So it was a sinus infection for like a year.
Oh my God.
For whatever reason, just decided to start getting really bad. And so, yeah, this last week has been 3 antibiotics a day, 2 super big Mucinex a day, just trying to get everything cleared out. Started taking antihistamines every day. So
what are you taking those for?
Just trying to dry everything out. So it's basically, again, just a allergy pill, which I normally don't take.
Yeah.
But I figured that could help try to just dry everything out so this thing doesn't come back with a raging vengeance. But I think all of that, the fact that getting rid of the infection.
Yeah. Make sure you do the full course of the antibiotic.
Yeah, 10 days. It's a lot of fun. But yes, got to finish all of them so it doesn't come creeping back.
Not medical advice, because we don't give that on this show, but technically you don't really need to do 10 days. You can just double up and do them all in 5 days.
Woo, I didn't know that. Get rid of everything quickly.
You still don't know that technically.
Right. Exactly. This is not medical advice. But it just kicked my ass. And the other day, Wednesday, I was running a low fever and just was so freaking tired. So today's about the first day in 2 weeks that I felt like I've wanted to do a podcast.
Wow. So you didn't do
I did a Planet Rage.
Yeah.
Because I was feeling halfway all right, but I started losing my voice halfway through it and was just not feeling great. But I made it through it and then just went, I'm going back to bed. Which is the beauty of podcasting, too. The bed is very close to the podcasting rig. You could do the thing and then
just drift off.
Just be like, done.
I gotta clean my guest bedroom because I've used it in
the Australian girls coming over.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah. You remember the model with Australian? That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was that was really the high point. Because the accent for me adds like 3 points.
Yeah. Well, we were both wearing our ear pods when we started talking, so I couldn't even tell she had an accent until like 5 minutes into the conversation when she mentioned Australia. I'm like, well, let me pop these ear pods out because this I'm going to appreciate.
I'm becoming more interested.
Keep talking. Can
you talk slowly?
So I just went through and told her all about how I was a photographer for 20 years and all this stuff.
And did you get you don't look that old?
Oh yeah. No, I look that old. Believe me.
Well, yeah, but did she give you that? I mean, because then there's a little more interested where she's like, oh yeah, no. She was just like, no, I believe that.
Yeah. She's like,
I would have guessed at least 40 years, but that's fine.
Yeah, 40 years of photo experience. It might be, at this point, I might as well tweak it up a little bit from 20 to 40.
And she was scouting locations for something?
Yeah, she was doing location scouting stuff. Yeah,
I can't believe they still do that.
You mean not just green screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Or just look at pictures online to actually send somebody someplace like, we need to find the perfect location. You're like, right? AI, create
I think it's a great way to do a tax write-off.
Oh, that could be. That's still available, so that's nice.
Hey, one last thing about Mexico, and then we'll get off that topic, is I just found out while I was there, they're building a new airport in Tulum, which means that if you're flying to Tulum, which is the southern portion of that peninsula, you don't need to fly into Cancun and then drive for an hour.
Which is good, because you could be attacked by banditos.
Well, not there. Not really. It's all, you might get stopped by the police and then you have to pay them a bribe, but you're
not. Which in Mexico, the police may be the banditos.
You never know. Technically, they're kind of one and the same down there. But no, it was all super safe. Only heard gunshots once. Not a big deal. I hear more frequently here in Austin.
Only heard gunshots once. Was that in the resort or?
I mean, I don't know if it was in the resort or maybe it was just outside the resort. It's hard to say where it was, but it was audible, but it wasn't like next door.
So you felt way safer. It's just like going to a White Sox game.
I mean, I always feel relatively safe. Not really worried about stuff. And it was the place I was at. If anybody wants to look it up, it's in Cancun. It was right next to the island, and the island is a shopping center for high-end stores. So they got the I didn't go into any of those stores. I just I did walk around just to get some exercise down there, but I don't like going into foreign stores because all the clothing sizes are small.
They're like, where are you from?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we don't sell anything above like a large. It's like, well, that means the entirety of American men cannot shop there.
And they're fine with that.
Oh, yeah. No, they're fine. No, they had like the Bulgari store, and they had the Armani, and they had a bunch of other stores down there. In Mexican.
I can't believe they do Starbucks there.
I did stop at the Starbucks. That was the other thing that confirmed that the prices are high, because my usual Starbucks drink, which normally $7 here in the US, was $11 down there. $11 US translated into whatever pesos it was.
And what is your usual drink? Something with like 14 extra shots or what?
No. I get something fairly basic. I usually get a Venti Breve latte decaf, or half calf, half decaf, depending on what mood I'm in.
Depending how much caffeine you need.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't do much caffeine these days.
Well, you don't do that. You don't drink. You just eat a lot of meat.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I eat a lot of, I think mostly chicken these days. I eat a lot of chicken, a little bit of beef, because I like good quality beef, so I don't eat it all that often.
Filet mignon?
Yeah. And then, oh shit, it reminds me.
Did you forget to order your lobster?
No.
Your caviar? Your caviar guy didn't drop off when you were gone?
Caviar, fuck you. No, my I was trying to remember what day I set up a lunch meeting with somebody, and I can't remember who it was and what day it was.
Well, that's the first sure sign that you are going into Alzheimer's.
Oh, no, I've been doing this for many years.
Dementia. Uh-huh. Like, I had a lunch date with somebody on some
day I haven't seen for a while. Well, you remind me, because you said with
caviar,
beef because I said, hey, let's go to Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, which you still haven't been to.
No, I think they are on the, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to double check. I could have sworn I saw them on coincards.com, the one place I can go and convert your Lightning into gift cards. I think they were on that, so I could just start getting free, well, not free, but I can turn my Lightning, I can turn all the boost right into meat.
That would be kind of cool if you could pay with Lightning at Fogo.
Be like, I'm paying with my meat. I'm getting my meat. I'm paying with Lightning.
That's cool.
Newpodcastapps.com.
Yes, for sending you money to go to eat meat with.
Yes, I need. It's like this is the brand new way to panhandle in the street.
It is.
Please, sir, please. I mean, see, Brooklyn just came in with 33.33. The size is too small or Gene too big. That's the question. See, Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, I think we know the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't think we need details.
Clearly, the sizes are wrong out there. Oh, hey, my food just showed up. It's really more drink. It's not so much food as it is drink.
So margaritas, you didn't want to.
No, tea.
Oh, tea. Oh, that's right. Yeah. But you can't make your own because you're special.
No, I make my own, but I enjoy this particular tea quite a bit. So,
hey, I am really sold on the PG tips, either for hot or cold. It's delicious.
PG, yeah, it's pretty good. Have you tried any other English teas?
Not that I know of. I mean, I may have. I mean, I've tried a few.
What do you want to talk about for about 4 minutes as I get my groceries?
Well, feel free to knock your groceries right out.
I will, but I figured, I don't want to try and pretend to hide it here. And I know you can talk for at least 3-4 minutes without needing me in there. So I want to.
No, that's fine.
Set it up by asking you a question.
No,
what question should I ask you?
It doesn't matter. I'm now looking at the photograph of your order that you just sent.
It's mostly tea. It's two small bags of groceries.
It's 15 bottles of tea.
15 bottles of tea. Yeah.
And this is the stuff that has to stay refrigerated, correct?
Yeah, this is the refrigerated
stuff. How big is your refrigerator, Gene, that you order 15? What are these, gallon size? Or these maybe smaller than a gallon?
No, they're not gallon. They're like 64 ounces or something. They're 1.6 quarts.
He's got 2.5 bags of groceries that don't even look half full and just tea. Yeah. Lots of tea, lots of tea.
Exactly. So it's very...
And I see the Ring doorbell. So you're tied into the Ring system.
So my Ring doorbell seemed to have stopped working on October 4th.
Hello.
That was the last time it worked.
Amazon.
And now it's just saying no communication.
Wow. Did you make the Bezos mad or something?
Didn't do diddly squat. Although I did forget to renew it. So then I thought those bastards probably cut me off because I didn't renew.
Well, that would make sense.
I renewed and it still doesn't work. And so now I have a new one coming to replace the old one that doesn't work. But to be fair, this is the original Ring since before Amazon even bought the company. So this thing is like 10 years old, 8 years old. I remember I got it back when Adam still lived in town here.
Because you wanted to make sure to not accidentally come to the door when he showed up?
Well, yeah, I remember him giving me shit about participating in the government snooping program. I'm like, dude, I just want to be the first one to have it, but I know every one of my neighbors is going to have one of these. So it's really not an issue. And this way we can all share data.
Well, it'll help protect you against the crime wave going on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why don't you get that? And I can read CSB's boostergram. And if anything else comes in, now's a great time.
I'll go get the food right now.
Enjoy that. CSB, of course, coming in with 10,000 Satoshis before the show. He's always like, are you guys doing this? Are you guys doing the show? It's like, I haven't been paying attention to X or No Agenda Social. And with Unrelenting, sometimes we relent. You never know. But he says, Privyet, Comrade Gene. What CZESC. I like that CSB puts words in that I'm going to have no idea how to pronounce them. Please tell your audience to visit www.csb.lol. Yo, CSB. Yeah, csb.lol. That's all you need to know. Just go there. Punch it into your browser. Enjoy yourself. You'll find some doodles. Some about Gene. Now, if you could do something about Gene being swabbed at the airport, that would be I think it'd be a good idea. And see, Brooklyn just booked a table for Fogo de Chao tonight. This is interesting. When do the Russians and the Shiraki take over the stream? Asked Billy Bones. That never happens. Never. It's the same time. Almost every Friday for weeks and weeks and weeks. 10 a.m. Central Time. Just go to trollroom.io and you can tune in by going to noagendastream.com or using a Podcasting 2.0 app. That's the way you want to do it. You'll get the little bat signal if your app is working correctly. When we go live, you get a little alert that says, hey, it's way better than the alert that the government just sent out. And Gene was out of the country, I think, when that alert came in. There's something, maybe that was why he left the country. Couldn't be in there for when the country was like, no, there's a test of the emergency alert. There was nothing more annoying than that because I knew it was coming. I should have just turned the phones off. Was tired, wanted to drift off to sleep, and then rah, rah, rah. It's very important for the government to send an alert to your phone. No, it's some kind of tracking thing. It's got to be. It's about all that makes sense. And if you can help and support the show, then Gene will be able to buy more tea. We did have a few people that came in as well via the old-fashioned way. We may as well do that as well via the PayPals. Josh Mandel came in with his $12.34 and says, for the unrelenting, of course, and very specifically said, do not share with Gene, as all of these say. Do not share with Gene. Sir Truck Driver coming in with the $5.65 and Kevin Seifert coming in with $5. It's always appreciated for the show about everything and nothing. It is not medical advice. If you want to keep Unrelenting on the air and on the bit streams, just go to unrelenting.show. All of the information is there. And if you're on a Podcasting 2.0 app, feel free to boost or Boostagram anytime, day or night. It just comes through magically. At least that's how it's supposed to work. Now, I don't know what Gene needs to buy all that tea for. 16 bottles. And how often does he order food? I mean, if you order food once a week, that's, a little over I guess that's only over a little over a bottle a day. I'm guessing he may order food like every other day, though. That's a lot of tea. It's a lot of caffeine. He's got to stay up to play them video games. Obviously, it doesn't help write the book, though, because he is not getting the book done. So he's going to need a little help there. A little extra tea, maybe a little something extra in the tea. That is the way it goes. And here's something. Is he reconnecting?
I'm back.
Our buddy Josh, who sent in $12.34 today. Also, because of Unrelenting in our talk, was like, I think I have a couple Michael Jordan rookie cards laying around.
Wow.
I know. And so we've emailed back and forth a little bit. I gave him some advice. He's sending them into PSA. And if they rate high enough, he actually said he might be going for the Instant Oligarch.
Holy cow.
So let's hope PSA gives them some high numbers. High numbers.
Shit, man.
But this is it. People hear stuff.
Now,
and
is
they're
that
like,
the same card you had or not?
No, he has the Fleer cards, which are much more prevalent, but also much more expensive in the high end. If you get a PSA 10 on those, I mean, you could be in the $250,000.
Holy cow.
Because it's Michael Jordan, baby.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah.
Now, I've got one. If anybody wants to buy one of the Boy Scout Interlake ones, I can put a link in the show notes. We have one of my dad's going up on Heritage Auctions, which is just starting today. So if you want to be able to bid on it and get one, damn, it'll be fun. I mean, really, if you want one, let me know because we can do it without the auction stuff. But
how much does the auction site take?
Now, this was the beauty of Heritage. They offered to do two of them, one in this auction and one in next month's, and not charge me a seller's fee. So they'll take the 10% or whatever they take vig on the buyer. But if it sells for 5,000 on their site, we get 5,000. That's
Wow.
which is way better than eBay.
Yeah, no shit.
And
Damn.
you know, they send it out. There's no worries with eBay that you're going to send something to somebody and they'll be like, nope, wasn't as described.
Right.
You know, they can, because you can take one of those cards, just snap it in half and be like, nope, came damaged. Which is why anything over.
Or if you have one that's already snapped in half and
Right.
order one. Yeah.
And then send that back. Well, this is why anything on eBay, there is a sweet spot on eBay, and I don't like to sell anything on eBay that is worth under, and it's probably gone up now, but it used to be if it's not under 20, you know, if you're not getting at least $20, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
That may be up to about 50 now with the hassles. But there's also a high end, because on eBay, the other thing is you have to kind of play into that, figure into that there's about a 10% chance you're going to lose everything and not be able to recoup it. So you have to be willing to do that.
Knock on wood, I've not had that happen for a very long time. I think once, maybe 12 years ago.
You know, it depends how many non-reputable people there are in the ecosystem, and I'm guessing that may have increased. But for me, it's like if you're not getting at least, you know, somewhere in that $20 to $50 clear range,
right? It's
not worth the hassle of putting something in the mail and then having somebody go, no, it didn't come through. It wasn't right.
Hey, speaking of, so I got, I think, our first or second donation on Just Two Good Old Boys.
Wait, people actually pay for that show?
And we don't even ask for donations. I got a $3.33 donation from Free Hollow Books. He says, "This is my new favorite podcast."
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's the dude that makes the really high quality
Big
hidden
books.
safes.
Yeah. Now $3 is not quite a free hidden safe, but
no, you're like, if you send one of those, we'll talk way more about it than.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, and the fact that I'm talking about donation made to a different podcast and this podcast probably means he won't even hear it.
Well, I don't know. I think he may listen to this show.
You think? He just doesn't like it as much as Just Two Good Old Boys?
It's possible.
I guess.
Maybe he likes that there's two Texas people in the other one and I'm one of them Yankee boys or something.
Yeah, one of them Yankee boys. But you probably get an accent within about 5 hours of being in Texas.
Yeah. I could pull that off.
I
I've
think
listened to enough
one of
country
those
music.
temperaments.
Yeah. Yeah, I listened to enough country music to know that I could probably pull that off without a problem.
Yeah, just don't do what John C. Dvorak thinks is a Texas accent, because every time he does this, it just cringes. Very cringy.
He's a little over the top.
Keep your teeth together when you talk, and you talk like this. This is how Texans talk all the time.
Watch enough Westerns.
You watched Dallas back in the 80s when it was on, when it was live, and you've decided that that's how Texans talk. Okay.
Yeah, he probably thinks he likens himself to J.R. Ewing.
Uh-huh.
You never know.
No, I don't know how much time John spent in Texas, but it's got to be countable on one hand.
Now, I know there's nothing down there in Texas but a bunch of steers and queers.
And steers.
Which one are you, boy?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But there's also a high end on the eBay.
High end queer and steers.
Right. There's a high end where
steers
it's like,
are expensive, dude. I've had a couple of friends that have had some steers, and that shit ain't cheap. We're talking like $18,000.
You want a full on premium cattle. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but they make that money back by selling their jizz.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Gene's like, I only wish I could be in that category.
No, definitely not.
But there is
never been to a sperm bank. Don't intend to give away any of these premium genes right here.
Genes, premium genes. Oh, I like
genes,
this business.
Premium genes. Right. Get them while they're cold.
Uh-huh. Yeah. There's 8,000 little genes running around.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
should give enough people nightmares.
And they're all first in line, goddammit.
Uh-huh. They all want to be first down that jetway, and they're all getting swabbed, let me tell you.
They're all getting swabbed, all right.
But that's
goddamn, how did this conversation get to where
there's gotta be a low end and a high end for the eBay. I think, and I'm not sure what that amount is. on eBay at this point, maybe $1,000, maybe $2,000.
I don't think I've sold anything over about $900 on eBay.
And that's it. If it's over that $1,000 range, I start getting nervous that it's too much to risk. Right.
Yeah.
Which is why the auction house is the way to go for the sports cards and stuff like that. Because if it's over $1,000, then you're like,
I did buy a spaceship there for $900.
Virtual, of course.
Well,
this isn't something that's in your backyard at this particular
backyard spaceship. Sure. No, this one is sitting in the bits on my drive.
Now, is it backed up multiple places? Is it in a safe deposit
it's
box?
Actually, it's in the cloud. So I don't, it's not, you can't lose it unless the company goes out of business.
In which they probably will at some point.
Which they probably will. I mean, you got to imagine because they're insane. So we haven't talked about this. So I'll just mention it briefly. We don't need to spend a whole lot of time on it. So the other Star game, Star Citizen, the company that makes the game, Cloud Imperium, which was about 900 people. Now, granted, this is a pre-release game that the company's never released a single game yet. They've been working on one game for the last decade.
Right. Oh, so this is the one that's still in alpha. That was my question.
It's in alpha. They've received now about $600 million from people stupid enough to give them money. And not having a game yet, including me, absolutely. And they had hired up to 900 people, which a lot of us were, especially those of us in the actual real world business consulting side, were like, dude, there's no way you guys ought to have that many people for where you're at with this game and how big this game is. That's just a crazy number because I think a lot of those people are not developers. They're actually marketing people. So, they just bought another software company. Now they're at like 1,150, almost 1,200 people for a company that started off by putting up a Kickstarter that says, we don't want to be like all these other video game publishers that suck because they're way too big with their bureaucratic bullshit.
And now
we're going to focus on just making the game that you want and that we want.
That still hasn't been released.
Over a decade later, they're now the size of all these companies, except they haven't released a game yet.
Well, how are they still bringing the money flow in?
They do really pretty videos that show off things that you can't do in the game being done. So if anyone wants to buy any spaceships, I've got a store.
It's right next to Jeans Prime Jeans.
Right. Jeans. Get them while they're hot. Yeah, and it's the what was the store name? I think it was the Origin Emporium of Slightly Used Ships, something like that.
That just rolls right off the tongue.
I know, right? And I can't even remember my own store name. But the bottom line is, I sell spaceships.
Now there's a cold opener.
I sell spaceships.
The bottom line is, I sell spaceships.
Yeah, exactly.
People like, what kind of a show is this?
It's a show about stuff.
About everything.
Things. It really is. And nothing.
Well, this is what people like about the show. The ones that do listen is that it is unpredictable.
Yeah.
And I think we've given some decent information. I mean, right, just with Josh alone, if we would have never talked about the stupid Michael Jordan cards, he might be like would have never unearthed them in order to send them in order to get some cash for them.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're trying to help you by just random things.
Exactly. No, you're thinking of Random Thoughts.
Oh, that is a great show, too. Random Thoughts. Haven't done that in 2 weeks, so that maybe...
I was going to ask if you did that with your whole cold toothache thing.
I mean, I've just been out, and I'm like, maybe this afternoon is a good possibility, or just blow it all off until next week.
Yeah.
Because it really has been a week plus. I mean, we didn't even go. We were supposed to go out to dinner for my wife's birthday last Wednesday with my parents.
Oh,
didn't
happy
do
birthday.
That. Yeah. See, it was her birthday.
Oh, well, I knew there was a birthday in there somewhere.
And then of course, a few years ago on her birthday was the day that I got my gallbladder out. Was the day before. But
that's a nice birthday present.
Right, because then I got the AFib, so I stayed overnight. So we spent the morning of her birthday still in the hospital.
You're just trying to avoid your mother-in-law that bad, huh?
No, it was my mother we were going out with.
Okay.
And
okay.
that was it. And then her family was on Thursday, and of course didn't go to that either. She did. I mean, she went with the dinner with my mom, and then went with her parents, and it was great. Where I just stayed home and went,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was way better. For a while, I was like really not having any fun with the earache. That there's a lot of things you can deal
Earaches
with.
suck, man.
And this was not fun because it was not just on and off. It was just there. And really, I thought it was the tooth, but I mean, I guess it kind of was. But you have to, I guess, understand how all these things interconnect with the sinuses. Because I am still stunned, I tell you, that cold sensitivity went away, which leads me to believe now I'm not going to need to rush anytime soon to get a root canal on that tooth.
Well, it was clearly an inflammation in the sinus area that was close to where the root comes in.
Yes.
So it must have been an upper tooth.
Yes.
Look at that. I'm not even a dentist.
But you've had enough experience in your 120 years to know.
That's true. I've had teeth replaced 3-4 times now.
So with all of that, it's like, I've pretty much done nothing. And, for me to be like, okay, it's time to go to the dentist, it was getting bad. And I called Thursday morning, did the rock and roll pre-show, went to the dentist right afterwards. And it was probably sometime Saturday night that the pain started easing. So there was a good 2.5 days that was not a whole lot of fun. And then the oddity after that was the fact that the whole upper mouth was sore for about 24 hours once that broke. So obviously the pressure that was in the sinuses, and the fact that all started to drain was, enough to cause that, which I was not really expecting that. But now here we are about a week later and things are getting back to, well, better than normal, I guess, because the normal, I think we're going back to when I didn't have the cold sensitivity has been over a year now.
Well, it's interesting because you do sound a little higher pitched now.
Could be. It could definitely be. Because there was something in there when the sinuses are dealing with that. That has some kind of an effect on the way you would sound. What's, going through your nose. That's why
I think it's a pretty major effect on how you sound.
Could be. And I'm not changing nothing on this end. I'll have to go listen and see how different the...
listen to like this episode versus one from a couple of weeks back.
Be like, can you hear the sinus infection?
Yeah, because I think it sounds pretty good. You may want to be interested in getting it again.
Right. It sounded better the other way. Yeah. All right. I could just figure out how to EQ it to that place instead of actually getting the sinus infection again. But I knew that sinus infections could cause pain. I remember going to a dentist years ago with front tooth pain. And he's like, well, it's probably just, allergy, sinus pressure. And after taking the allergy pills, that went away. But I was not aware that it could cause something like the cold sensitivity, because I would just assume it's either going to hurt or it's not that it would cause something like that, which usually points right to, you're going to need a root canal because the cavity was too deep that you had. So it's one of these things where it could just be a cascading thing. The older you get, the worse things go.
I thought you were going to say the more you know.
No, well, we may know more, but I don't know if that's good or bad. I am not sure.
Well, the one thing we do know is the human body definitely has an end date.
Yes, there is an expiration date.
And it's not like you're in perfect shape until that day. And that day is the average of the failure of all the systems.
Everything is going in the wrong direction. That's why you enjoy it while you got it.
Yeah, if you don't, then I guess you just don't enjoy life.
For all the people that are like, you know what, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to get to 70, and then I'm going to go see the world. It's like, no. That's a bad bet. And once you get to be our age, if you win the lotto, you just take the one lump sum. That's what you do.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, there is no payout schedule at this age. That's for sure.
Like, I want it all in one. Just pay all those taxes.
Well, and I think you're better off anyway, because the lump sum you can invest if you take out the overtime bullshit, the rate of return you're going to get on that is worse than what you could do on your own.
Yes. It's just that you can't blow it all if you're a total
Sure.
lunatic.
But would you rather blow it all, or would you rather just have a drug habit that doesn't kill you?
Right. No, I'd rather go out in a blaze of glory. I mean, I don't have Taylor Swift money.
It's funny you say that, because that's a line from that. I mean, the line's actually a little longer than that, but it's from Cyberpunk 2077. One of the questions one of the characters in the game asks the main character is, do you want to just live out a life of quiet desperation where you're an unknown, or do you want to go out in the blaze of glory? And that's kind of foreshadowing for the future.
Yeah. I think that's more realistic than fiction at this point.
Yeah, video games are definitely more real.
And I liked and I just wanted people to be able to check off the Taylor Swift box on the bingo card.
On the bingo card, yeah.
With her alleged new boyfriend, the NFL guy. Somebody did the math.
That's his name, NFL guy? Is that in her song?
Kelsey
so I was
Travis
here with the NFL guy.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Which is why I thought this was funny, because John C. Dvorak was like, this is all a scam. The NFL is just paying her. It's like the NFL can't afford to pay enough to pay her. I don't think that he understands the amount of money she's making. There's no amount of money the NFL could throw at you that would probably be enough at this point in her career. Because somebody did the math. The guy she's allegedly dating is like 50th on the NFL list.
So he's a nobody.
So he's right. He's down.
So you're saying you still have a chance.
Right. I think I do. Mm-hmm. But somebody did the math and said, well, with everything considered, she makes in one day his yearly salary. In one day.
I believe it.
Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like, so that's got to be, he's got to be very secure in his masculinity at that point.
Oh, dude, he's going to be the best bitch.
Hey, I'd be signing up for that. Like, really? The girl makes what, $20 million a day on average. I'm like, I could live in that lifestyle.
Yeah, you like set up a photo studio and take pictures of models from Playboy, which doesn't exist anymore and stuff.
Right. Well, see, now you don't have to set up the photo studio. You just need a really big machine with a lot of video cards, and you can generate
the girls,
said models, and release that.
Now, I wonder how big her basement is that you'd live in.
Probably bigger than my house.
Pretty good size. Yeah. I know she's got a lot of cats in there, though.
Yeah, she does have a few cats, and I'm not a big cat fan.
It's kind of scary that I know this.
Do you know their names? That's the question.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I've seen a video of her talking to her cats.
I am not a cat person, but I could be convinced for Taylor Swift. People, John C. Dvorak, there's some, and one, it was funny because Adam's like, I don't want to talk about Taylor Swift again. I had a audio clip on Planet Rage from what's his name, the actor / comedian from New York. Why can't I think of his name now? He was in Unjustified. Michael Rappaport. Michael Rappaport.
He's either dead or he will be soon.
He will be soon, right? Michael Rappaport. Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, the redhead.
Yeah. Well, not anymore, but he was. And he did a whole 4-minute video on how he's not saying anything about Taylor Swift. He is not getting into a beef because once upon a time he got into a beef with Ariana Grande and it made his life miserable.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, you do not want to fuck with the Swifties. They will come for you.
He does rants.
Yes.
On topics he has no business doing rants on.
Yes. Which is, I think it's funny. I think he's a douchebag at times, but I think some of the stuff he does is funny.
All the time.
But the hilarity was, you do not want to mess with the Swifties because they will make your life miserable.
Yeah,
and
especially
I believe
when you're like a D-class celebrity.
This is, it doesn't matter who you are. They will come after you. This is like the new mob. People used to be afraid of Al Capone. Now they're like, do not fuck with the Swifties, man. They will come for you. NetNed came in with 5432. Satoshi says, will this boost stop the This Week in Taylor Swift segment? No. You've got to add a few zeros to that to stop the This Week in Taylor Swift segment.
Or send the baseball card in.
Yeah, true. That's true. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of cards.
Well, what else about her? Are we done with that?
Yeah, I
Seriously,
think
though?
so. I mean, I was
Okay, good.
pretty much, I thought it was funny just that there are people, including Adam Curry, who's like, we talked about her on the last show and people got mad. So I wonder how many emails are generated. Because these, I will say, I've seen enough of the Taylor Swift community to tell you that a lot of her fans, absolutely crazy out, not in reality at all, will do nothing but spend 24 hours a day going after people because they're nuts. I just think she's hot, okay, and think she can write a decent song. That's all. And people, they get pissed off when I play Springsteen or Neil Young, and I'm like, dude, if I got rid of all artists who were liberal douchebags, the pool would be very, very empty.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Which, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I can listen to Ted Nugent all day.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Who's your go-to? Who's your go-to when you go in and you open up one of those 3,000 bottles of iced tea and you light some candles and light some incense and get into a big bathtub? Who are you listening to?
Well, it probably would be a shock to everybody, or rather nobody at this point. No, I listen to EDM.
Really? You and CSB, you get the same kind of, you're a trancer.
Shocker.
Yes. Oh no, I've got
and then this, which leads me to the next question: is exactly that's what you hear in the background.
That's it. That's all you get.
That's what I was doing in Mexico, pretty much. So the other thing that this reminded me of is I sent and posted on No Agenda Social, I think, a link to a YouTube video of a blue-haired chick wearing fetish bondage clothing. And I said, holy shit, this is just like what my character looks like in Cyberpunk.
Oh, that wasn't your character? I thought that was just a rendering.
That's a real chick.
You're like, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, no, she exists. So now I have to track her down. But no, I've always hung out with the EDM crowd.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you and CSB run in the same circles then. Do you think CSB goes clubbing?
In Europe, you mean?
Maybe. CSB, are you clubbing out wherever you are? Is that it? You go out for the trance? Gets his freak on?
He doesn't like the fact that he can't pay euros in the UK anymore when he goes clubbing there.
Now, does CSB, are you imbibing in anything when you go out for these? Are you just, I mean, I can see him in some club wear, maybe some tight bicycle shorts, little tank top ripped, just out there throwing it all in the air.
On roller skates?
Yes, on roller skates.
With neon glow in the dark sticks.
That's just the world I live in. That's what I imagine.
Yeah. It's a little different. But X helps.
Is that it? You need to have the correct pharmaceuticals to increase the the experience.
The good stuff. Exactly. Yeah, I don't understand why ecstasy is banned, because it seriously has no side effects except that you're dehydrated. But other than that,
drink.
None.
Yeah, that was the other thing we were wondering while you were putting your groceries away. The 16 bottles, is that a week supply or is that less than a week?
It's about 5 days.
5 day supply. So you have to reorder every 5 days. You just go grab some on yourself or.
Yep.
You know how much money you could save if you just put a few tea bags into a pot yourself?
Not that much, because if you combine the cost of distilled water with the cost of tea bags getting shipped from Africa, it's about the same.
Why are your tea bags being shipped from Africa, not from the UK?
Yeah, well, technically they're shipped from Dubai, but it's a British tea that is sold in Dubai, but it's actually manufactured in Africa because they use their grow fields are in Africa, in East Africa.
And what's the name of this tea again?
This is what the hell is it? Yorkshire tea. I have to turn around and look at the box. So it's Yorkshire Gold.
I'm looking this up now so I can order me some.
Yeah, you can order it. It's
Yorkshire Gold
tea.
right on Amazon. You can get it for $10 for 160 tea bags. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
It could be here today. I mean, this is how quick you can get it.
Really?
Yeah, 6 cents a
They have
bag.
same day delivery on the tea. That's
Yeah.
nice.
We could be here between
Yeah, if
2
you
and
haven't
6.
tried it, I would recommend trying it. It's a very good tea. I prefer it over other brands. There's only one other brand of tea that I think is a very close competitor to it.
Now, this is the
And
Taylor's
that tea
of
is called
Harrogate.
Akbar.
Akbar? This is
Akbar.
the Taylor's, though, is the one, oddly enough, that you want me to drink Taylor tea. That's
no,
right.
I want you to drink Yorkshire tea.
Right, but it's Taylor's brand, it says. It's Taylor's of Harrogate, Yorkshire Gold.
Yes.
Is that?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
I will try that and see how it goes up against PG Tips.
Oh, it's way better.
Wait, is it good for the iced tea as well?
Yeah. I mean, I've made Southern style iced tea with it, meaning you put some bags into water and then you put them in your fridge.
Well, the Southern isn't that you fill up the thing with sugar and then you put 3 drops of water and then that's what they call tea in the South.
You're not far off. Yes. I have noticed, even in the time that I've lived in Texas, that the assumption that you want 50% sugar in your tea is almost gone. Like it happened about half the time 15 years ago when I moved here. It's happening maybe 10% of the time that's their assumption now.
Well, I remember the first time I remember having the Southern sweet tea was going down to Nashville for a songwriters thing. And it was out in the middle of like nowhere, was just outside of Nashville in like some kind of park, preserve, forest kind of a thing. And that's what they had was the sweet tea. And it was like, woo, that's sugar. Nothing but sugar. I had never had, I had sweetened iced tea before, but nothing with that level of sugar in it. And damn, you think that Coca-Cola has a lot of sugar? No, not compared to sweet tea.
Sweet tea has more, yeah, for sure. But, Coca-Cola is a product that was created in Atlanta. And so that I think contributed to the level of sugar it had.
Baron Spud the Mighty, he's a PG Tips man, who somebody is, maybe it was Ned. Somebody was the one that said, hey, try PG Tips in the troll room. That's why I tried it. And I was like, damn, that's good stuff.
Yeah, PG Tips is not bad at all. It's good. It's better than most American brands, but I don't know. I prefer Yorkshire.
Welcome to Tea Talk right here on Unrelenting. Gene prefers Yorkshire. I prefer the PG Tips. Well, I can't say I prefer. We're going to have to do a head-to-head taste test. You can do it at home as well, and then let us know by boosting.
Yeah, the good news is they're both readily available to anybody in the U.S. So
yeah, Amazon just brings them right to you.
Try them out. But yeah, it was. How long ago did I first run into this tea? I think it was only maybe 7-8 years ago. And before that, I was drinking mostly Russian tea.
Oh, well, what is the difference between the Russian tea and the British tea? If there is much of one at all.
Yeah. The Russian tea is, I think, a little more basic. It's basically tea that grows in China, Mongolia, or Russia. And then it's black tea for the most part. It's kind of strong black tea. There's a number of different brands, but they're all fairly similar tasting, in my opinion. But English tea, they tend to put more flowery crap into their teas, but not so much with the Yorkshire. Yorkshire is a good black tea with just a hint of other tea flowers in there, so it's not too polluted.
It is more of a basic tea.
Yeah, and I like more of a basic tea. I also like green teas. I don't generally make green tea, but I will drink them in restaurants that have it. There's I'll have jasmine tea sometimes, but for day to day, just everyday drinking, and I probably drink about a gallon a day. I just prefer a nice basic black tea.
It's probably healthier for you than coffee.
Mm-hmm.
little less caffeine, I'm guessing.
A little bit, yeah.
Now.
There's still caffeine in there, but it's definitely less caffeine. There's a lot less of the other. I'm not even sure what they are, but like, you know, coffee is a complex mix of ingredients. Caffeine itself does not have any taste, and so coffee is it's a lot of different oils basically that come out of that bean that create the coffee taste. And it's a fairly complex profile. And I'll only have coffee very, very rarely. I typically, like when on this trip, I probably had it twice, but usually I'll have it maybe once a month, which is a long way from what I used to. I used to be drinking coffee like every day. I have a really nice espresso machine.
Oh, nice. I mean, you get your froth milk right out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, because if you're drinking coffee, you don't just want that plain old K-cup. You're like, no, I have to be refined.
Oh no, this is the real deal. This is in fact, I think it was how long ago? Probably for sure over a decade. Like back in a whole other life when Adam had a different wife.
Is that how we go by the world? Way back when Adam Curry was married to somebody else.
But I remember he stopped by the house and he's like, damn, this is really good coffee. And then next time I was at their house, he just bought one of these machines. So I was like, yep, good stuff.
You got to have the professional espresso
not only
maker.
Does he like my recommendations on microphones, but he likes my recommendation on espresso machines.
Yeah. Now, this is genius. CSB just came in with 5,000 Satoshis and says, Taylor Swift started dating a Jets player to change the search result for, quote, Taylor Swift private jets on Google. Yo, nice. CSB. Interesting.
That's creative.
Yeah.
And I could totally see her doing that.
It makes more sense than the NFL paying her to show up because, again,
right,
when she's making in one day what one of their players makes in a year, I don't know if the NFL wants to. She'd be like, well, okay, I'll come to a game. That's going to cost you.
Well, how much is she worth these days? You should know this.
I thought it was closing in on $1 billion plus.
But that's a very vague statement, closing in on something over $1 billion. So is she a billionaire yet or not?
I don't know. They were saying that she might clear $1 billion on this tour alone. Now, I understand there's a lot of money going out. You have taxes, you have all that, but yeah, it's very close to being a billion. If she's not at billionaire, it will probably come at some point in the near future.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a chick that I remember hearing on No Agenda.
Yeah, 33 years old now too. 33.
33. Being talked about like this is what 15 years ago when she was 20.
When they're like, no, it's all a scam.
Oh, this is like a creation of her parents. There's no actual talent there. This is just purely a something that the parents are doing to, sell albums or something. I can't remember what they said.
And I wish I could have had those kind of parents because, damn, I could use $1 billion. Right?
Well, to be fair, her parents were very wealthy, first of all. And then they actually moved cities from where she was born to Nashville.
Right. Which a lot of people do.
Career.
And never make it.
Well, not a whole lot of people move there for their kid. A lot of people move there for themselves.
Right. Oh, right. Usually it's you turn 18 and you're out the door.
Yeah, exactly.
And I recently downloaded the original demo CD that she would sell and give out way back when. And I have to admit, I blast a lot of people. Good. Yeah. I blast a lot of the people because you hear the same stories with the Beatles. In country music, you hear the same story with Toby Keith. Although with Toby Keith,
the Beatles sucked until they got better, until they got really their groove on. They were not very good.
Now, the Toby Keith one I don't get because I think 5 of the songs on the tape became #1 hits. So then you're missing something. The Taylor Swift demos, as somebody that likes Taylor Swift, it was painful to listen to the demo.
Mm-hmm.
It was not just like, this isn't good. This was like, this is seriously bad.
Huh.
So I will say she either got better or the Illuminati or whatever happened, whatever magic is going on in the universe, it was not there yet. But then again, when you're 15 or 16 years old, everybody sucks at everything usually by that, at that point.
Yeah, and I think that what triggered the comments from the No Agenda guys was that in the little clip they played, there was a little bit of her singing in what I sounded like a recording studio, and then she said, "Yeah, but can we do it this way instead? It'll sound a little better." And then it's like da 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 da, like at that stage in her life and career, both, she had not seemingly earned the right to tell people that have been producing music for a long time how to do their jobs better.
Oh, and if Pfeiffer points out she's dating a Chiefs player. So there you go.
So you're wrong.
That's how much I know about the NFL or CSB.
Oh my God, you're going to get kicked out of the club.
I don't follow that. I went to, I think
Have you not checked your Taylor Swift news this morning?
No. And I've only been to two NFL games in my life. One was a Bears-Washington playoff game.
I've been to more NFL games than you? Holy shit.
Yeah, I've only been to two. I don't watch the NFL at all. I probably watched a few of them when the Bears won back in 85, was that?
Mm-hmm.
But not a football fan at all. So I know nothing about the NFL. I don't watch college football. I find football to be an overall waste of time. Now, I know for some people, it's life and everything.
And the worst is when you get somebody that watches all the college football and watches all the basketball. It's like, dude, pick one.
You got to stay in a lane.
Yeah.
I did watch, I think it was
too much sports.
2 or 3 years ago, the high school, which I did not go to because I didn't live here, and I went to an all-boys Catholic high school, but the high school right down the street in our town here did win the state championship a few years ago, and they were streaming that on TV, and I thought that was interesting. But otherwise, not really a big football fan.
Mm-hmm.
See, Brooklyn says he was awesome at 15. So, I mean, he was the only one. Somebody had to be. It's all been downhill since there. No question about it.
Yeah, I can't even remember being 15.
Well, that was 118 years ago now.
I may have skipped that year.
You didn't have an iPhone then. Did you get the new iPhone yet?
I'm still waiting for it.
What? Isn't it out?
It is out. I know.
What do you mean
I'm really
waiting?
pissed.
Where are you getting this black market iPhone?
I'm pretty damn pissed because my Apple dude, I thought, came through by calling me on the release date, announcement date, to get it ordered. And then apparently they were missing some info or something. Long story short, they didn't get the order put in the system until later, which is why I'm still waiting. But then they're available at the store for walk. I'm like, what the hell? Just give me one of the ones from your store. He's like, yeah, well, we're not allowed to do that. We have your name on this one. So as soon as it shows up, we'll let you know. But I'm like, oh, I'm half tempted to cancel my fucking order and then just walk in and buy one. But I'd have to walk in and do that.
Your Apple guy's a dick. And Ned points out there's something else you and CSB have in common. Apple fanboys. Yes. Apple fanboys and EDM.
I mean, you literally could just shortcut it all and just say Eastern Europe, but right. Okay.
You two should be doing a podcast together.
Tried that. One of us doesn't talk. So there you go.
Well, that's the best partner ever for a podcast. Doesn't say a damn thing. It's Penn and Teller, but audio form.
Oh my God. Penn and Teller in audio form? Now that is a catchphrase for a talk show.
Right. There you go. It's one guy.
Holy shit. I could probably just do that on my own and still have CSB in the co-host slot.
That's it. He doesn't have to say anything. You can just call him the co-host. And then you can talk to him.
That means I'm the fat guy, though.
Right. Well, Penn lost. He did lose the weight. There's that.
He lost a lot of weight, but he had one of those baric bypass things.
And he also did the all potato diet or something, too.
He did some schmaltzy thing as an advertisement, but it's all nonsense because he had surgery.
Now, if you've seen the picture of Penn and I, we look enough alike where I could be Penn's long-lost kid.
Maybe cousin. I don't know about kid. He's not that much older than you.
Well, let's just pretend that I'm younger. That would be. I
think he's 60 now.
Yeah, see, that's old enough. I think he's over 60.
For you to be his kid? No.
I think he's over 60.
Really? I didn't think he was.
Everybody, how old is Penn Jillette? Here's the story. Here's the game. And Google, I'm sure, will know the answer to that.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he was born, yes, in 1955. He is
What does that make him?
68.
68. So he's barely not even old enough to be your dad.
He would 15. That's enough. You can get the ball in the hole when you're 15. You can get the pole in the hole.
He's about the same weight, it looks like, as he was in the mid 80s.
I like that his education on Wikipedia is listed as Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College.
Technically true.
Yeah.
Right?
He's 6'7". Yeah, that's
This is a tall one.
he is.
Yeah. I told you about how I walked into Teller's dressing room accidentally.
I don't know if I remember that story.
I was in Vegas.
This at the Rio?
Yeah. At the Rio, and I was actually there to watch their show because Brian Brushwood was performing.
Oh, right. Yes.
Buddy of mine.
Yes, right.
And
doing the voodoo thing.
Yeah. And I happen to have been dressed in all black.
It's as one would be.
No reason not to be. Well, it turns out that the stagehand uniforms looked surprisingly similar to what I was wearing.
Enough that you could just walk wherever you wanted to.
Yeah. And so when I walked just outside the theater and asked somebody else that was similarly dressed to me where the nearest bathroom was, she told me, right through those doors on your left. And so that's where I went. And as I walked in there, the first door on my left was Teller's dressing room.
So you dropped trow and just pissed in the corner or what?
Yeah, and then I took a leak in the corner, exactly. Where he was talking, because you don't normally hear him talk. I mean, I've heard him talk before, but
he talks after the shows, yes, yeah.
Yeah. And then, I had to do a quick little turnaround, whoops, and then keep going to the actual bathroom. But apparently this person, this gal, thought I was like some stagehand that didn't know where the damn bathrooms were.
They were sending you to the roadie bathroom, right?
Yeah, it's basically, yeah, exactly right. And it's basically to the left of the stage, and make two lefts, and there's the bathroom. So there, in case anybody wants to use the bathroom next time they go to a Penn and Teller show, you feel free to use that one. It's a lot less crowded. It's for performers and backstage crew only.
They put on a good show. I've mentioned before that I got to go up on stage when we went to the Rio. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Got to hold the big bag as Teller disappears.
In the bag?
Yeah.
You have to hold them?
Yeah, the bag, yeah. Like a big, hefty bag kind of a thing. You hold on to that and then boom, stuff happens.
Did they pick you because he could stand behind you and nobody would see him?
Probably. That would be exactly the reason why. It all worked out.
It's a good show. The Rio is, it's on the wrong side of the highway, but it's not a bad place. And I was at the Rio, they have a sky deck on their top floor. And
well, I mean, if you put it on the lower floors, it wouldn't be as exciting of a sky deck.
Right. And I think the Rio is about 35 floors, something like that. So it's decently high enough. But up there they've got a little bar and VIP area and stuff, a little dancing and
emo music.
They had techno when I was there.
No, that's what I meant. EDM. I said emo, but I meant
emo.
I meant your EDM to keep you and CSB in the same.
It's been a few years since I've been there. I think I was there on the top floor there like 15 years ago.
Was Sinatra playing there at the time?
No, Sinatra was not playing there.
Dinah Shore was headlining. Yeah,
definitely not.
No.
I'm trying to think. What's the oldest place I've been to? The Dunes. That's probably the oldest of the old places that I've actually been to before they took it out.
Old Vegas is very quickly disappearing.
Oh yeah.
If it hasn't already.
And then I've been to Binion's. I mean, that's a really old place that's still around.
Steakhouse, is that?
Binion's in no, it's downtown Vegas. It's where they it's on the downtown strip. What is that street called? With the it's closed off to traffic. Used to be open to traffic, but it's not.
Yeah,
closed
now
off.
that's the place you'll see all the videos of people just fighting now.
Yeah,
because it's turned into a melee.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of it, but yeah.
So Binion's there, and then where else have I been to? Circus, which I think no longer exists. I'm pretty sure.
That was one of those ideas that was like, bring the kids.
Yeah, bad idea.
Very bad idea. Do not bring your kids to Vegas.
Well, I mean, if you bring them to Vegas, then you're going to have
in Vegas,
pretty much, because they're going to get ideas. The boys will be like, "I like this place," and the girls will be like, "I like money."
yeah, and you can get it in all sorts of different ways.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like. If you like girls and you're a guy, Vegas is a pretty good place, and if you're a girl and you like money, Vegas is a pretty good place.
Yeah, there are some females in Las Vegas.
There's a couple. And the thing about Vegas is that it's got more, how do I phrase this without sounding very sexist?
You already do. What's the difference?
Better bodies. It's got a higher percentage of better female bodies than most places in the country. That's probably a good way to phrase it.
Well, that's because most of the women that are working there, their job is to get the money from the men.
Right, exactly. And the most attractive women are not in the entertainment business. They're in the hospitality business.
That would make sense.
And you're like, what's the difference? What are you talking about?
Because the entertainment, I mean, this is it. If you've ever seen a showgirl up close, 90% of them, not cute faces.
No, not cute. They're horse faces. Exactly. And because they're kind of horse size. They're all 6 feet tall with long legs, which is useful if you're a horse.
Wow.
But
Gene at SirGene.com.
Well, it kind of is. I mean, that's 6 feet at the hip. Sure.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
And occasionally there'll be a cute one, but it's not all that common. But man, sometimes you have the cutest dealer at poker, and it's like, holy shit, why is this chick dealing? She ought to be doing something else.
Because she's making way more money.
She's making way more money. Exactly right. Because she's making $300,000 a year being a poker dealer. That's why.
And people are happy to tip her.
And she's not sleeping with men she doesn't want to sleep with while making $300,000.
And when you lose your money, you're happy because she's cute, and you're like, I don't want to look like. And then you're smiling because you don't want to look like the asshole in front of the pretty girl.
Yeah.
They know the secret.
They do. That's the real dangerous ones. The smart pretty girls are the most dangerous.
This is true.
Yeah.
CSB just sent in 3333 and said, just testing, ignore this.
Okay.
I don't
ignore it.
Don't understand. But yes, you have to beware in Vegas.
You do. And should I check to see if CSB's money came into my account?
Maybe. And in Vegas, that's the whole thing, is that they know you're going to lose your money. They just want you to have a good time while you're losing your money.
They do. Oh, I haven't gotten anything today.
Nobody wants to walk in. It's nice, like the lotto. And I know this is like the third largest lotto jackpot coming tomorrow. And maybe we'll throw $10 at it. But it's like people that think they're going to go and win.
I need to open up a new channel. 2 of my channels are offline.
Oh.
And the ones that are online, there's no available bits to send.
No bits, no bytes. You got to bring them in.
So I need to open up a new one. Crap.
I've been emptying out my Get Alby wallet, just buying Amazon gift cards. It's a beautiful way to do it.
Huh. And then what does he charge for that?
It was like 4%.
That's not bad. That's not unreasonable. It's basically twice what a credit card company would charge.
Well, yeah. And you're paying it rather than the people on the other end, but you're converting that from your Bitcoin to cash. That's Well, yeah, you're always paying it. That's true. Although I'm pissed at American Express. They said, and I like when they send
I hate
things.
American Express.
Let us know how we did. Because I bought the wife some Lego, her birthday and all.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted my 5% off, and you don't get that at Lego. So I figured out what you do is you buy the Amazon Lego gift card. You buy a Lego gift card through Amazon. They're digital. You can get them in any amount you want. So it's not like you have to buy 20, 50, 100. So I go to the Lego store. I get the amount.
Yeah.
I get the gift card for the exact amount. Put that in, which I have done before. And for some reason, it comes up after I put that gift card in. Oh, amount due 14 cents. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you really want a credit card for 14 cents, which we know what a credit card transaction costs, which is a minimum of like 25, 35 cents plus a percentage. So I was kind of surprised, but I'm like, if you really want my American Express card to charge me 14 cents, which is going to charge you way more, fine.
Wow.
But what they did was they charged me 14 cents and then like another $3.20.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And I'm like, fuck you. And I went to American Express and said I didn't authorize it. And like a week later, American Express, like, well, we looked into it, but you owed it. It was the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what Lego told me as well in an email. I guess there's some new Illinois law that the tax now in Illinois is based on where it ships out of rather than where it's going, because I am which is like, fuck that. But that's Illinois for you, because I'm in Will County, not in Cook County, where Cook County taxes are higher than Will County. But it was shipping out of Cook County. But I'm like, you didn't tell me that you might end up charging me more on the back end once it shipped. Now, for $3, if that's it, I wouldn't care. I would have ordered it anyway. But the point was, you didn't tell me. And then you went and charged my credit card for something that I didn't authorize. And I'm like, fuck you, American Express. If you're just going to let companies do this, this is going to get dangerous. If the company on the other end just goes, nope, they owe it. And you're like, well, I'm not going to believe the people that are buying our cards. It's like, well, then I'll get rid of the fucking card. Because that's not protection at all.
Yeah.
And if like this is the first time this has ever happened where a company has charged more and then just went, no, it was just the taxes. And then the credit card company's like, oh, that's fine. Like, really? How do you back the company on that? It's like, why? Again, you tell people up front what you're going to charge them. And how do you not know up front? Or you have something that says the price will be determined at this point, which they didn't. And I did this I looked at the order before that because I ordered some Lego for my mom to give the wife.
Yeah.
And luckily, the gift card amounts were perfect. And the invoice that they sent afterwards showed a $10 and something due, which they couldn't get because I didn't have a credit card associated with that, only gift cards, which were wiped. But it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, CSB says, Gene's node is fucked up, not working via podcast index.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah. So he just keeps sending me
really
33,
open
33.
Up one of these
Get LBs.
Stupid LB things.
Yeah, because it just works.
What's the process for doing that?
You put your email address into getlb.com and damn, you're set up.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, this freaking one that I'm paying $20 a month for, sure, it doesn't work very well.
No, if you're paying for that one that it constantly is failing, it's not giving you your money's worth.
Here's the problem.
There are many.
I've had this account forever. I got it back when it was the only option. Adam said, just use this.
See, Adam steered you wrong. This is why Adam listens to you and you don't listen to Adam.
I don't listen to Adam.
Right, you don't.
And, well, I think he's changed what he recommends since like 8 years ago. But
and I think he has an LB wallet as well.
I'm sure he does. And the thing, this is made for developers, right? It's made for people that want to have a constant 24/7 account. Like, I guarantee you, Albi is using something like this. And then they're doing their own tracking of shit on top of it.
Yeah, doing the back end.
Yeah, in the back end. And because this has a bazillion different configs that you can tweak, and a lot of different APIs that you can talk to it. So it's not meant to be used for what I've been using it for, which is an account that misses all the incoming donations. And so it's it's overkill for what I need, but it completely isn't doing what I want. If that makes sense.
It does. And there are so many different ways to do this. I was looking at Lightning, Lightning Networks stores or something. There's a website that lists the people that do that will take Lightning payments. It is lightningnetworkstores.com.
Okay.
And one of the things they list on here is BTC payserver.org, which is, start accepting Bitcoin payments with 0% fees, no third party. And it's all these things that you can integrate and be able to take payments. There's a lot of little startups that are doing all sorts, and a lot of software that'll do a lot of this to be able for you to easily take Bitcoin. There's people that are trying to do a Patreon type thing with Lightning. They are doing things like you can put any file, whether that's audio, video, photo, behind a Lightning paywall that you can only download once the Lightning is paid. It's some really cool stuff. Once this ecosystem continues to build up, and it seems like it is starting to, it has progressed a lot from when this started, and you'd get like 2 or 3 Satoshis and a boost here and there. As you can see now, there are a bunch of different companies that are doing this. Chai Budesh says, what type of mic do I use? A dynamic RE20 from Electro Voice. Gene's using the RE320. They look a lot alike, but they're a little different.
Mine's bigger.
No, they're the same size. And they're both black. Mine's just matte black and Gene's shiny black. And they're the 320 I still find to be a little more prone to the plosives. And I am still very tempted to buy one of the douchebag Leo Laporte. He was the first one that I've seen use it, that little pop filter to put on the front of them. But I don't know if I really want that. I know you can put the big foam ball on it.
You don't like that?
It changes the sound a little too much. It does deaden it. And I don't know how much the sound would be deadened with the other clip-on pop filter. I think maybe less, because the one thing I don't like with these RE, you notice there are vents on the side of them.
Yeah.
And I think the more you cover up of those vents, the more you change the sound.
Probably true.
So I would think maybe with just a pop filter right in front of it.
You just put duct tape all over it.
Right. That would make it even better. But this one, the pop filter, the
duct
pop
tape
seems a lot.
Makes something better.
This is not as bad as the 320. With the 320, I couldn't use without the foam on it because I was popping it way too much. Where this one is not that bad. I only pop it when really getting right into the microphone.
Got it.
So you just have to try to learn how to angle it correctly and then not blow the plosive right into it. Don't blow the air right into it.
Well, yeah. You want to be talking close to it, but a little bit off axis.
Yes. I learned from Bandrew.
Really? You didn't know that before Bandrew?
No, I was thinking you should talk directly into the microphone like this. And this is me talking directly into the microphone. Please bring pizza pronto. It does. It really, that's where the RE20 really does shine. Where the 320, I would be plosiving your ass off right now.
I think you're full of shit, but okay.
No, I would. You want me to use the 320 on the next show? I will.
Do it now. Switch
do
now.
It now. I don't even know where the 320 is.
Live hot switch.
Hot switch. I know where.
Pull up your other mic stand with the other mic on there already pre-programmed and set up on the Motu. Come on,
that would be nice. I don't have that. I do have the Shure laying on the ground here. I could do a quick swap, but it would still take about.
No, we know what that sounds like.
Yeah. The 320, if you want, for the next show, we could both do 320 action, and then people would be like, stop the plosives. I would have to turn down the gain a lot.
Yeah. Really?
Well, yeah, the 320 is way hotter.
Is it way hotter or just a little hotter?
It's a decent amount. I can't tell you exactly in decibels, but it is a decent amount. It's not just a slight thing.
Okay.
Which I think there is a lot of extra circuitry in the 20. And I think a lot of that is, and I don't know if there is something in there to keep, whether it is physically changing something because it is different with the plosive. So either there is something built in to filter those out electronically, which is possible, or there is more foam or something in there. I'm not really sure which, because they are the same body. I mean, if you put them side by side, they look exactly the same.
I think they're about the same weight too.
So there's something different. I don't know.
Yeah, there could be literally some foam inside one of them.
CSB says at 6969 Satoshi, he's boosting a lot today.
Oh, I love that he's doing this when I can't get him. That's awesome.
He says AI will eliminate the need for pop filters. Make sure you buy expensive USB microphone with enough CPU power, RAM, and storage space to accept the firmware upgrades. Kurwa. And
I know what I was trying to do. I was trying to get the damn Albi account set up.
I know, you're like, I need to do this quick because CSB is coming in with boost after boost after boost after boost.
Yeah. So
if you think you can boost more than CSB, do it right now.
No, don't boost. Wait, hold on.
Do it right now. Wait. Gene cannot get boost. Do your boosting right now, folks.
God damn it.
You get full credit and Gene gets nothing. This is Gene's. How you doing, everybody?
Here's my number thing. Is it really easy to set up?
It should be. And with the RE20, I do run that through the Cloud Lifter.
Yeah. So how much was that?
The Cloud Lifter was, I don't know what they are now. They used to be like $250
for. Apparently, I've had an account on LB for a long time now.
Now that's funny.
Fucking A.
Now that's even funnier.
That's not funny. Okay. How do I I've got it set up now. What do I need to put in where in order to do the split? Do I need to send it to you?
Yeah, you just let me know because it's it's probably just putting your email address in.
Or the
No, all I know. Wait, is there another boost coming in here? Let's see. Another 3333 from CSB.
Quit it. Stop.
Kurva!
Stop.
That boostergram about microphone was not me. Somebody faked me. Oh, this is even better.
Oh,
people are boostergramming saying they're CSB, and then he will boostergram to say it's not CSB.
Okay, what do I need to send you?
You are awesome, CSB. I will say that. Now, what you need is just what the email address at GetLB is, and I should be able to just put that right in to your address and change that into, I'm going to send it to you on Signal and let me know if it's the right thing. And then I take Gene out of here, so we take that 50 away.
And I suppose I need to do the same thing on the other podcasts, even though we never get any.
You mean the one you never ask for? So nobody.
Yeah. Which, people still donate, but okay.
Well, this is the way they're like, we like when you don't ask for money, even more than when you do.
That's true. I personally like when you don't ask for money.
Well, I don't need I just need.
I give you the big long string. Is that not what you need?
No, what is the email address for GetLB? That's all you need is what is your email address at GetLB?
There's a different email that it creates?
Yes, it'll show you what your, so if you go into your dashboard on GetLB.com.
Yeah, I'm there.
It should show you, where is this here? This is riveting. This is
a developer show. What do y'all expect?
Is this a developer? Well, it changes. So it could either be a foodie show. It could be a show about getting your
Bitcoin
groceries.
Address. I can't imagine you would need something other than the Bitcoin address.
It is go to a wallet. Click the wallet thing, and then it says Lightning address. What does it say in that little highlighted box?
In the Lightning? Oh, it is an email address. Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, that's all I need.
That's stupid, man. That is totally stupid.
But you just put whatever you want into there, and GetLB's all the same, and they use that to...
So I should change that then. Hold on. Well, I didn't realize I could customize it. So I just put... Let's see if this will work.
This is how you get your LB username.
Is that how that works?
And then you still have an LNURL, but what you basically do to make it nice and easy, everybody with LB, you just swap out the email address And that is...
This is so non-standard.
I know.
mean, there should be at least like 20 hash codes and a couple of barcodes I need to put in.
You want it to be more...
There you go. There's the new one. Use that one.
Oh, well, everybody, now they know Sir Gene. And you could just do that. I mean, if you wanted to send Gene some lightning, you could just send it right now to Sir Gene at Get Albie, and he would get it. That is the beauty of it. So I just need to change Darren O'Neill, which is mine, to Sir Gene at Get Albie.
Darren O'Neill.
Darren O'Neill.
Darren O'Neill.
Darren O'Neill. There you go. Now let me remove this here.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking earlier today, like, why do I bother doing a podcast with you? And the reason,
why.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's tech support. That's why.
It's tech support.
On the air tech support for Bitcoin stuff.
So if people can refresh their, I don't know how quickly.
Refresh the live stream, please.
Yeah, I don't know how quickly that works for the new RSS feed, which should now have, if you check your RSS feed, it should have Sir Gene at getalby.com. And if it does, then you can do a test to make sure that it shows up. Well, let me see. I can do that. I can do that myself and see. Right through Podping, through Podverse. I don't know if this will do this quickly or not. It's tech support all at the live, at the ready. So if I go to Unrelenting, I understand. I'd like to send a boost. I would like to send a boost. And then let's see, it'll show me more info. And now, see, yours, it hasn't updated yet. I don't know how it updates to.
I don't know.
Whether it is because it's live and then not live. It may take until the next show. I don't know if there's a way to
Might
update.
take a year.
You never know.
Never know how this stuff works. It's all kind of stuff. Here, I'm going to send you some more stuff for later. But anyway, we don't have to fuck around with it during the show.
Because I think it is still, it's not showing up in, it is all how long the updates take. Because the RSS feed's still not showing up.
Don't send any more money for the rest of the show, please.
Oh, no, I mean, that's what you want to do. The most money is possible is what you want to do. You can just send that right here.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's what you do. You get the RSS feed all spoked up on Smack. Let's see.
Smack.
See, Brooklyn just sent a test of 1,000. That's it. It's now. They'll have to wait for that RSS feed to.
And how do I know when? I guess it'll just tell me in my wallet when there's money in. Holy shit! There's 666 sats.
That just show up.
Yeah, 666.
See, it should tell you like who that came from, or
how do I look at that?
And it's in Get Albie. You just go through the wallet, and there is a. I know a lot of people hate it, but there's a little browser add-on too for Get Albie that you can use.
Yeah, I got that installed already.
See, you have everything. You're already in the. You're far ahead. You just go into.
I just don't. Yeah, I guess I don't know.
You just go into not wallet. You go into payments.
Yeah.
If you go into payments, it'll show you.
It says "Hail Satan."
When did that come in? Just now?
Just came in just now.
There you go. Now you know it's working.
Yeah. This must have been totally random. I can't imagine anybody who's a listener on here sending 666 sets and saying "Hail Satan."
No, I can't see anybody listening to this show that might.
No,
that's not our fan base. No, not at all.
Not in the Christian Hour. No, come on.
But it has updated in the RSS feed, so you should slowly start seeing this.
Cool.
As things go forward.
Now, why didn't you tell me to do this like a year ago, back when I set it up?
I did, but that's beside the point.
And I did set it up. I just apparently forgot that I set it up.
And it just works. A lot of people are like, "Oh no, It's not your own wallet." And then
custodial wallet. People always tell you never to do those.
And I agree.
That's why I'm paying $20 a month for something.
And then to not have it work, and then that's the problem.
And
I kind of figure at some point I'll get burned with it because I've had a decent amount of money in there. I mean, at one point there was over $2,000 in Lightning in there.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
So it had to get cleaned out, but people like to support the shows.
Apparently.
But then again, $2,000, it sounds like a lot, but it's like that was, 6 months worth of 4 different shows.
Right. That's true.
It's like, now if it was $2,000 a week, I'd be much happier. That would be like,
greedy much?
yeah. Yes, I want, and I want to date Taylor Swift. So, I mean, they're not really date.
No.
As much as just live in her basement, because that sounds like fun too.
Yeah, that sounds better. With the cats.
Right. She doesn't even have to be home. I mean, just imagine the big screen and the computers you could have.
Yeah. You could go through her, I don't know, like baseball card collection and help her figure out what to keep and what to sell.
Right. Just imagine the gear, the guitars. Man. Yeah. I mean, the guitars would be enough to keep me busy
help
for
her
a long
organize
time.
all the bootleg tapes.
Yeah. Well,
useful things.
You know much, and I'm surprised she has not done this yet, because she's not the ultimate capitalist, because if she was, she would be doing what Bruce Springsteen and Metallica and others are doing, which is recording every concert and selling it. Now, maybe that'll be in the future. That'll be like the whole tour will come out. Because I will tell you, a lot of the Taylor Swift fans seem to have OCD, that if you release something, they have to get it.
Oh, yes. People are crazy like that. Or spaceships.
Yes, well, there
that's
you go.
Totally the case.
So you understand. It's like, it's that sickness that's like, well, if you're going to release it, I'm going to buy it. So do me a favor.
Problem. That's a problem. In fact, I will tell you this. I have, for the first time in years, not bought a new ship that was released in Star Citizen.
Oh, did you get the shakes? Did you feel like, oh?
I kept wondering, like, it feels weird not to buy when something new comes out.
Like the iPhone 15, which you don't have now.
Well, I mean, I'll have that the next couple of days. It should show up. But it's and I've gotten much better with phones. Like I'm going from a 13 to a 15. I skipped the 14. And for quite a while there, I was literally doing this on a yearly basis. So I'm better.
So you have gotten better. Taylor did just drop a whole bunch of new merchandise during our show. And I know this because Void Zero helped me set up a thing that checks Taylor Swift's website like every 5 minutes. And if it changes, I get an alert.
Nice.
So thank you to Void Zero for that. Now, I never miss any of this. Like, you get and there hasn't been any autograph stuff since you had helped me purchase some of that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was waiting for the next autograph drop, because that always like triples in value.
I'm sure I'll get a text message from you when that happens.
You're like, Gene, no, I have your credit card. So that's
okay, good.
Wells Fargo gave me
You're
that.
Like, yeah, I have your Albies right here.
Yes. I'll clean that out. Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
That's how it works out. You got to get the alert.
Well, yeah, I sent you your split of that. That's what paid for the Taylor Gear stuff.
It's some good gear too.
Wait, you got that.
Right. It's some good gear. I like it. I got to see what the sweaters that they came out with for limited edition, the cardigans.
Angora?
Little like cardigan sweaters that they sell for like $60.
Cheap too.
Yes. Now the old ones that have been around for years sell for probably $400, $500, $600.
How much for one that she wore?
No. This is just
no. But how much?
And this is it. I've seen some of the stuff that looked like it was legit. That wasn't a whole lot, because I don't think people are looking for it.
Come on.
It doesn't show up. Well, it doesn't really show up on the market much anymore.
They're not looking for her clothes. Really?
But here's what I want to know. This is something else. Why she has not gotten into business with Topps.
Right.
And done a Taylor Swift card set. As they do now with they take the baseball uniforms and they cut them up and stuff. Her stage outfits when the tour's done, you could make a mint.
Oh yeah,
people would go nuts. Be like, oh no, I can get a piece of that garter that she wore. Oh dude, that'd be like $5,000 right there, right there, right now.
Bath water. That's a pretty good one.
Well, there's a pair of, and I think they're Louboutins, like knee-high boots that she wears.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Somebody would pay big money for that. Like, I want that.
Yeah.
That's way better than a baseball card. And just imagine if I was in her basement, there's probably all sorts of stuff that's just laying around. It'd be delightful stuff. Now you're looking up you're like, where Taylor Swift Louboutin boots.
Swift Louboutins for sale.
That's how it
I've
works.
only bought one pair of those shoes.
For a wife or a girlfriend, or for just to look pretty. I mean, really,
for myself. They're like they're just for me.
Yeah, just for those times where you feel pretty.
Girlfriend. I apparently, I didn't realize this, but there's certain groups of people in Eastern Europe that really like these.
Yeah, they are a fashion statement.
Mm-hmm.
And if your woman asks for that and you're not willing to go the long haul, run. Because they are not cheap.
Run from the woman? Or
right, yes. Yeah. Find somebody that's a little lesser expensive taste, maybe.
Yeah. 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 I mean, they're not cheap shoes, but they're in line with purses.
Oh, yeah. The bags are absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Because the bags keep getting smaller, but the price tags keep getting bigger. I don't know how that works. We're in the wrong business. We need to get into this. We can sell this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a Good Old Boys this weekend? Did you miss that when you were?
Yeah, no. There was. It's up.
That show's still going on. Just a Good Old Boys.
Either that, or I forgot to click the button.
Maybe
that occasionally happens where I'll upload it, because after you upload it, it takes about 5 minutes for it to do its magic. And sometimes I'll upload it and then close the browser.
Right before it's done.
So that's a good reminder. I'll do that during this show. Why don't I just check to see if Good Old Boys... But we're definitely going to do one this Sunday.
And soon you will be able to donate via Lightning.
Theoretically. Yeah, I should probably get that set up.
You want to be able to take the live messages during the show, which you can do that. Mm-hmm. There's a variety of ways.
Yeah, especially when we're not on the stream, so we're not live. But yeah.
Oh, well, that's no fun. Why aren't you on the No Agenda stream?
Banned. Been banned from there.
You're right. I shouldn't even have you on the stream right now.
I've asked Bemrose probably like 6 times, how do we get Good Old Boys to be on the live stream? And then he starts saying, oh, yeah, we could do that. And that's as far as it gets.
As long as the time slot's free, I can tell you how to get on, because everybody uses a login that I can put under the table. And
well, the time slot it should totally be free. It's on Sundays at 10 a.m.
Oh, well, that's perfect. Nobody's doing anything on Sunday on the No Agenda stream.
No, I mean, No Agenda is not on for at least a good couple hours after that. So
9 a.m. to 11 a.m. is the 2-hour folk hour. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The 2-hour rock and roll pre-show. From 1 p.m. to 4 or so is No Agenda. Then after that is usually some kind of live weird thing. Yeah,
so I don't know what the problem is.
You could just start your own stream. That would maybe be a better way.
Well, there are. And in fact, what's his face?
Good old what's his face?
Good old what's his face that runs the stream. Void Zero at one point back when said, do you want me to just set one up for you? And I said, nah, there's no point.
Well, if you use, I can do that for you as well, because once you have the login, you can just change the mount point, which is what I did for a Planet Rage during the No Agenda, where they did the openings of the show. We competed with that on a side stream and did fairly well, because people quickly were like, no, I can't take hearing that noise every time. So they obviously didn't like the techno sound. Mm-hmm. But we appreciate everybody for supporting the show. We appreciate everybody for coming along. Am I going? Sound like
coming around, I think is what you meant to say.
Yeah, coming around, listening when we do the show live. Right now on the stream, 77. That's pretty good. If you hang out, of course.
That is pretty good. And then at some point tomorrow, you also start donating money via Bitcoin. I should be working by then.
And if you stay
up for those Louboutins.
If you stay on the stream right now, you will get Adam Curry, I believe, and Dave Jones with Podcasting 2.0. That's probably why everybody's tuning in. They're like, who are these guys? Why are we listening to them?
Who's Dave Jones?
Who's Dave? Dave. Everybody knows Dave. At Dave.
Dave.
There's just another boost coming through right before we're going out. Yes, CSP again with 3333. Curva. Test from podcastindex.org. Curva.
Right, let's test.
Well, thank you, CSP.
Yeah.
Gene will check out his test.
Yes, I got that.
You got it?
Holy shit, it's working.
Finally, we accomplished something today. Come back next week. Maybe we'll get something else done.
Uh huh.